How you doing, guys? How you doing, guys? It's Danny K. Right back again with another video. Without further ado, let's go. Today I want to talk about my boy did this and he went crazy. Not really my boy, but an associate. More of an associate. My brother, God rest his soul, he had a friend and he smoked synthetic weed. And this is all I would say, be careful. Don't just be smoking what people give you. Because you don't know what somebody's smoking. They could be looking you right in your face and smoking something that will, to them, it's probably made them normal. Their body can handle it, but your body cannot handle it. But he smoked K2. And he just went crazy. I was at and I used to work in mental institution as security guard. And I seen him come in and I'm like, this guy is not the same. He's went cuckoo. And the security guards from the previous shift said, yeah, he came in acting like an animal. He came in acting crazy. He came in acting bonkers. He came in acting crazy. And he had just like the supernatural strength. And when I see him they sent him to the mental institution. When I'm over there, I see him. He's like, you can just tell he's just out of it. He's like, what's up, man? Yeah, man. And I'm looking at him like, this not the guy I used to know. It's not my brother's friend I used to know. He used to be vibrant a little bit, has some pep in his step, but you can just tell that something there is not clicking. And come to realize he was smoking K2. He was smoking K2. And this happened with a lot of people that I've known, especially where I lived, that smoke K2 and they've never been the same. They smoked something or they did a drug and they have never been the same. They have never been the same. You can look in their eyes. You can see in their demeanor. You can see by how they're moving through life. You can tell they're just not the same. Thank God now he could work. He could get a job now. He works and but you could tell, even though he has a job and he looks like a normal human being, when he talks to me, you could tell he's never been the same. Something's off. And this also happened to one of my close friends that I grew up with. I'm not gonna say his name, but hang around with the wrong crowd. I think they gave him something. They had to have given him something. And he's never been the same. He can't even hold a job. He's never been the same. A little bit slow. His parents had to be there for him. Other people had to be there for him. And that's worse to me than that's worse to me than death. Where you live in this world and your mental faculties are not there. And that could have been prevented. That could be prevented. As I said, if you want to do drugs, you want to smoke weed, get it from a place that's authorized. Get a place that if something happens, you can sue them. You can just get it from a dealer, or you're smoking it from your friend, and you don't know what your friend has put in there. There's been endless stories of friends spiking drugs or spiking somebody's drink, and they just don't know. They wake up somewhere in the jail cell or in a hospital, and they don't know what happened. It's not like the friend probably has something good. It's like, oh, he looks so tight. Let me loosen him up. The friend could probably have some good intentions, but just doing that to them, to you as an individual, to that person as an individual, now they're in the psych ward. Now they're in the hospital. Now they're in a jail cell. Because you don't know what chemicals could affect. You could take something and it does not affect you. You could take a certain type of chemical. And it would not affect you. It would not affect you. You just, Somebody else could take it and it just messes up their body chemistry, their brain chemistry. And I tell parents this. If I meet some of my parents, I'm like, in these schools, they're doing drugs. In these schools, they're taking drugs. In these universities, they're doing drugs. And I always say, it's a personal choice. It's a personal choice. If you want to do drugs, do whatever you want to do. But personally, I say, don't do it. Your life would be way better not doing it. And if you're going to choose to do it the professional, safe way. Consult a doctor. Make sure you get it from a verified source. Don't just be smoking or taking anything that just somebody gives you. Because you feel like you're a gremlin. You're on gremlin time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I seen it. I seen it firsthand. I worked in the hospital, worked in the psych ward. I seen it firsthand of people coming in and they've never been the same. They've never been the same. Or they come in, they stabilize, but they have done something, they done something atrocious. They probably took a joint and just went crazy and just beat somebody up. So now they're over there, they regain their senses, but now they're in cuffs. So keep a lookout. Keep a lookout. Don't just be taking anything. Don't just be inhaling anything. I gave you 2 incidents, an acquaintance of mine and a close friend of mine. When I see him, my heart breaks. When I see him, my heart breaks. I'm like, Dan, we grew up together. I remember when you were young, you funny kid, has a lot of potential. But now that potential has gone to waste. Hopefully the Most High can heal him, but I'm like, that potential has gone to waste. He's walking, he has everything, walking, all his fingers, all his limbs, but his brain faculties are not there. It's better to lose a couple fingers and you have your brain than not have your brain and everything's in contact. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Someone who has so much potential, now they're like a potato. My close friend can't even work. My friend can't even work. One of them, thank God, at least he could work. But you can tell he's not there all the way. And there's countless stories, not people that I've known, but just around people I've just seen, people I've encountered. Outside my friend group or acquaintances. That I've seen that they just not all the way there. They have some mental illnesses. Just doing all the drugs, they're not all the way there. And there's a lot of time, we don't talk about this, especially in the Black community, I would say. We don't talk about mental illness. We don't talk about, sometimes some people, they've been doing drugs, they've been doing a lot of things, that they just not there. We understand that a cigarette smoker, like if somebody who has a habit of smoking cigarettes, once they stop, they just get the shaking and they get the hit. We understand that. But someone who's been doing drugs, been doing all types of drugs. Not only they doing weed, they're doing everything, Molly. They're just doing everything. And you think they're going to be in the right state of mind? And just because they're not in a mental institution doesn't mean they're not mental. Doesn't mean they're not mental. Doesn't mean that they have all their faculties together. And I think that we should really bring awareness to that. You probably have a friend. You probably have a coworker. You probably have a acquaintance that you know. And you're like, why are they switching up? Why are they acting different? Instead of realizing they have a mental illness. Sometimes people have mental illness without the drugs. Now, just imagine you have a mental illness without the drugs. Now you take drugs, now you just further on into the spectrum most of the time. That's why I said in my other videos, like, if you could smoke weed, I'm like, there's some people who could smoke weed and they're all right. But I'm talking about the people who, now that's a gateway drug, they abuse it. I'm not making this video for the people who are responsible, you could say. I made this video for just somebody's coming in and they're like, I think about doing it. I'd rather them not do that. Because the ROI, there's not a huge ROI there. It's not like you go smoke this, you get a light, man, you got super speed, you're just going to be working like you're just going to want to do work. It's not like that. And I stick to that. I stick to that guns that just don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. The ROI is not in it, guys. And there's a lot of downside. A lot of downside. Especially if you're going to do drugs that's not from a verified source or from your so-called friends that you think they're your buddies, but they might have some mental illness and they might just want you to join them. Or they might not even want to cause harm to you. It's like, this might open this person up. This drug might open. They might have awareness. They might have an enlightenment. You take it and your body chemistry, your brain chemistry, it just alters it. See, it might want something good to come out of it, but not something bad's come out of it. Now you probably just went on a psychedelic rage. You probably hurt somebody or something happened. And then now you find yourself in a situation that sets you back years or sets you back for the rest of your life. So remember, guys, just drink water. Try your best to eat healthy. I bought myself some organic eggs today. Try your best to eat healthy. Work out. This is sponsored by How to Become a Stronger Man ebook. You can find the ebook down the link down below. Check it out. See how you like it. If you like the ebook, leave a good review. It's an ebook that'll teach you why you need to be strong as a man, how to be strong as a man, the steps to become strong as a man, and has a workout program, a 3-day workout program that gives you space, not only for you to play sports, but for you to do martial arts and have time with your family or to do other things, other activities. So that ebook down below. Follow me on my social media, also in the link down below. It's Danny K. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me, do you have a story about when you did drugs or a friend or acquaintance did drugs and you realize they have never been the same? They done something, they just took something and just never been the same. It changed their whole life. Comment down below, tell me the stories. Share the video if you found this video very interesting. Danny K. out.